Hiya folk, this is my fourth attempt to film this. It's been going fine, but household interruptions drive me insane. But it is a shadow box that I have made from scratch, from a 11x11 sheet of designer paper. And I really like it. So I am going to show you how I put it together. Okay. Now, because I've done it a few times and because I've been interrupted and I'm not going through the process in full again. So I've got it like this, and I think this is probably easier to show you anyway. If I just tilt you down a bit. So what you're going to do is the grey lines are score lines, alright? So you score at, now wait a minute, where did my bit of paper go? I've got a bit of card somewhere with the measurements on it. What did I do with it though? If you've stole it, let me know. Nope, I've got it. Right, so your measurements are score at 3/4 of an inch, 1.5 inch, 2.25 inch, and 3 inches. Okay, so you've got 4 score lines. 3/4, 1.5, 2.25, and 3. And you do that on all 4 sides. Okay. Then what we do is once that has been scored in, we add an extra. Okay. And you're only doing this on your top side and your bottom side down here. Okay, so your top side, you are then going to score a 5th line in, and it's going to be at 3 3/4 inch, and you're only bringing it down to your 2nd score line here. Okay, so that's where your score line is going to go, right there. All right, then you come across, come on, focus. Then you come across to here and you're scoring at 7.25, and you're only scoring it down to the 2nd score line. Alright, so you're doing those 2 wee lines on the top, then you're turning it 180 degrees, so that's your bottom now, and you're doing the exact same 3 3/4 inches up to the 2nd score line, and 3 3/4 inches up to the 2nd score line. Alright, so that's all your scoring done. I will leave the measurements in the description bar, alright, so you can see. Then if you notice these green lines here, these are cut lines. That's where we're going to cut. So you're cutting out that shape there, that shape there, okay? And to get from there to there, you are going from your up cut, your score line that comes up to, put your scissors in there. I'll just show you quickly. I'll probably need to zoom in a bit. Oh, I'm already zoomed in. There we go. So if you cut up to there, okay, then you turn it slightly and you're taking it from that corner to the next corner. Okay, so that's where you're cutting. Then you're going up there. And then just snip this part out here. Alright, so you're doing that on all 4 sides. And you will end up with this shape. Zoom out time. You'll end up with this shape. So that was your straight edge. Okay. And that was the side that was scored up a wee bit. And then you're cutting in those wee diagonal bits. Come on, focus. That's your wee diagonal bits, and then your last wee cut lines. And that was it. Then we're going to fold it together. So you burnish all your score lines, which I've already done obviously, and you fold them into each other. So you're going to roll it and then roll it a last time. So your actual bottom part is coming in. If I show you it there, it's going to come in to the base, so it gives you a really sturdy pillar. Alright, and you're doing the same on the other side. So you've got 2 strong pillars. Then for your shorter side, you're rolling in and then tuck those 2 top ones under, like that. Turn it round and do the same again. Just tuck that wee bit under. And you end up with this box. Now, I have used my ETG gun for the formation of that one. And it's solid, it's not going anywhere, alright? This one, as you had seen, there was no adhesive on that. If you're going to decorate the top, you could add just maybe a wee bit of PVA, if you wished, or you could add, I don't know, if you're adding hot glue flimmers on, you wouldn't even need to glue anything, just put your wee hot glue on and put whatever you're putting over it, and that will hold it. You're not going to need a great deal of adhesive on these because they are pretty sturdy. It is totally up to you adhesive wise. With my ATG, what I done was I added a strip along here. In fact, I'll just show you exactly what I done with my ATG gun. Right, so first of all, put it back together again. What I did was rolled it all up, okay, and then I took a pencil and I just lightly marked off the corners, okay, so that I had that there. Okay, the reason I had that is I wanted to add a liner into it. Now, rather than it being showing, I wanted to make sure that I covered my lines, and that way I know when it's all folded, I won't see those lines, and the base of it is totally covered. Alright, so I'm just going to go in with that. Let me just see. That's too long, but I will just snip this quickly. The bit of cardstock I used before. This is slightly larger, but I'm not worried. I'm just doing this for camera because before I wrote my measurements on, and I need them to put onto the video description. So my ATG, I just went round quite roughly because you don't need to be precise. And a wee bit in the middle. And just place it in the centre so that you know your centre area is covered. Right. Then I took my ATG and I taped these two sections. Okay. Now ATG is not the sturdiest of tapes, but for what I was doing it was ideal. So I'm just folding it onto there and I'm just going to flatten it so I can make sure it's taped down well, okay? And that's my pillar. Okay, focus there, yeah. Okay, so I'll just show you exactly what I do. So that's my halfway mark, right? So I'm folding in there. Then I'm pushing the diamond down. Okay, so if you see it this way, I'm pushing down at the top of the diamond so it's flat. And then I'm making sure that ATG is stuck down really well. And then just pop it back up and it gives you your pillars again, like that. Okay. Which I think are just great. Now, these little sections here, I can just highlight them for you. Those little triangles there are the bit that's going to be on your pillar. Okay, so that's where you want any adhesive that you're going to use. Alright, so I am just going to put a wee bit of PVA down because it's simpler for me. But first I want to add my ATG to these wee sections just so that it's done. Okay, so I'm just going in with a bit of ATG. Then I have got my, I need a tacky glue, just using my finger because it's easiest. And I'm just putting a little bit on these wee corners. Doesn't need to be a massive amount because, as I said, it is actually quite sturdy, these wee boxes, because of the shape of them. You're just kind of reinforcing it. So that's plenty. Whoops, it's a little bit blurry again. Come on, focus. There we go. So, oops, a bit of glue. So I'm going to roll in my edge like I did the last time. And do the same as I've done the last time as well. Just make sure that it's burnished down pretty well. But this time I'm going to push those wee corners up so that the sticky, the glue, my tacky glue, is going to hold it. Okay, and just hold it for a wee second just till the glue dries. I didn't put a great deal so it shouldn't take long. Okay, then we're round to the other side. Fold it again. Whoops. Push it down into the diamond, making sure that my ATG is holding. Oops. Then I'm pushing up to have my tacky glue hold. And as I said, you don't need tons of glue. And you just hold it for a few seconds till it's set properly. And if there's any wee bits that you feel need another wee bit of glue, just get a wee strip of paper here. Just go under ever so slightly, give it a wee bit more, and then just hold it. And this tacky glue dries clear, so you're not going to have it spoiling your end results. I think it's probably because I left it to dry for so long. It was probably dry by the time I actually got to putting my box together. Because there's a wee bit at this side as well that's needing a touch up. But as I said, you're just literally slipping a tiny wee bit of glue under the edge. And the same up here. And that's basically it. That's your box made. Now, for the card, if you want to add a card to the back of it, your box ends up at 5 inches by 5 inches, which is a good size box to work with. It's not too large to package, etc. So, this is a card that I am obviously making for my parents. So I have got a piece of 5 by 6 inch card. Then what I done is I put it on my scoreboard and I scored at 1 inch, and that gives me my tuck to glue it on to the back of my box. And I have just backed the card with the same DSP, the designer paper, as the card's made of. But when the card is made, it's then going to be able to open like a card, and you're still going to have space to write your message, which I think is a lovely idea. So again, out with my ATG, and this is just my choice of adhesive. It's fast, it's portable, and I don't need to think too much when I'm using it. So I've put a fair bit on there though, because I don't want it falling off when I'm working on it, because I've still to decorate the actual box. And then all you're doing is keeping your fold line down, lining it up to the corner. I might need to do it sideways on so you can see what I'm doing. So line it up to the corner, and this might go a bit cockeyed because I'm doing it against what I would normally use. And then just push down. Just give it a wee burnish. And there you have your card. Now you could, if you wished, go in with your DSP again. Let's see, got any other DSP left? I'm sure I did. Sure I had some. There we go. So I've got some here. I could easily go in with that and just cover there, which I think I'll do just to keep it tidy. So I'm just going to snip. Just going to cut it there, and if I need to snip any excess then I can. Right. And again, I'm just using my tacky glue because it's sitting here, and I'll just gently add a wee bit to the back. and just place that over it, and it just gives it a really nice, neat finish there. Oh, press too hard. And that's your box to start decorating. Now, there's that wee. That's nice. I've just pushed that down a wee bit that I didn't want, so fix that. Right, so I don't even know if these are dry yet. I love how it's dry, I think, but the rest are still wet. But the idea I have got in mind is I want that down there. I want the word love, which is partially dry. I want the word love across, and I want the word forever up here. And then I'm just having some stamped hearts in the back, because the word love will shadow into the box, as you can see perfectly, and it's going to look really super. So obviously that's still wet, so I can't do that on camera for you, but I will have pictures up on my blog. I will also add them on Facebook and Pinterest and on Instagram once I'm done. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I will put all the measurements into the description bar for you. And if you need any more help with it, let me know and I will reiterate it on video. As I said, I took 3-4 attempts to get this on camera today, just with it being a busy household, and I wasn't going to do it a fifth time. So I did everything off camera and then just came on and showed you the actual process of it. But this template here is ideal. In fact, if I can take a photo of this decently, I'll put it up on my blog as well for you. And hopefully that will help with the idea of the shaping of it. Anyway, I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.